watching the PLL on ESPN, powered by Ticketmaster, and you're about to watch the greatest lacrosse players in the world and some of the best players who've ever played this game. The 4th PLL championship, just moments away between Chaos and Waterdogs. Look at our Cash App playoff bracket. Once again, Chaos had a really miserable regular season. They were 2-8, but they come to play when the playoffs start. They were the 7th seed, and here they are once again, the defending champs in the championship game. Waterdogs looking to win their first PLL championship. Well, gentlemen, we meet again one final time in the 2022 season. We're fired up about it. Ryan Boyle, Paul Carcaterra, and Chris Cotter and RB. When you think about the Chaos, yeah, they've been here before. This is their 3rd straight championship game appearance. They're the defending champs. But Waterdogs, this is a first for them.
Yeah, the PLL's first expansion team. Really, this has been 3 years in the making. The first year in the championship bubble, just 1 win. Last year, they lose in the semifinals. They finally get over their hurdle this year. They're going against the Chaos team. They're confident. They've never lost to the Chaos.
Confident, yes. I asked Andy Towers when they were 2-5, you think you could repeat? He said with conviction, yes, we will be a problem if we get to the playoffs. And the main reason they're a problem is their goaltender, Blaze Reardon. If I had to pick one player in the PLL right now to win a game, it's 0 for the Chaos. You want your goalies to save around 50% in the playoffs? He's at 74%. The ball looks like a beach ball for Big Blaze. And honestly, this is one of the greatest runs in professional lacrosse history for a goalie.
Quick Kesnick is on the field standing by with Blaze.
Blaze, how do you best describe or why have the Chaos gone on this postseason run?
Because we've been through dark times together, and we didn't let it take us down. We learned from those mistakes. We got stronger during those moments, and here we are on the biggest stage that professional lacrosse has to offer.
For you, the high stakes, the big stage, a championship game, how do you deal with the tension, the pressure?
I know I got 18 other guys that got my back no matter what, and we run as a wolf pack, and we're only as strong as our weakest link, and we're here and we're ready to roll.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Chaos lineup powered by Ticketmaster.
Yeah, Jack Rowlett will have to match up against the magical Michael Sowers and his feet, but he's physical, Rowlett. You want an outside shooter? How about Mac O'Keefe, the all-time leading goal scorer in college lacrosse history? And then at attack, Chris Cloutier. He had 3 goals last week in the semifinal win against the Archers. And Josh Byrne is a human highlight reel.
RB, how are you going to handle this twosome for the Waterdogs?
They've been a challenge all playoffs. They led the PLL in offense coming into the playoffs. All they've done is put up 19 and 11 in 2 games, and they're led by that dynamic duo of Michael Sowers and Kieran McCardle. No one has had an answer for Sowers. He's been able to break down every defender. And McCardle, the distributor, led the league in assists in the regular season, and he had the game winner against the Whipsnakes to punch their ticket.
You can see their numbers in the postseason. These two have been firing on all cylinders all season long, but they really came to the fore and pouring goals in their last 2 games to get here to the championship game. Let's take a look at this Waterdogs lineup, Ryan, powered by Ticketmaster.
Ben Randall's going to have the big matchup against Josh Byrne, and Liam Burns and Eli Goldbrick expect to bump them up. They'll cover midfielders as opposed to down low. The Waterdogs midfield, Connor Kelly led the league in 2-pointers this year, and they've got the Swiss Army knife, Zach Courier. Nobody is better off the ground than him. At attack, we've talked about McCardle and Sowers. Don't sleep on Ethan Walker. He also had 7 points in the postseason coming to today.
Look at the mustache,
Love
57 in purple.
And speaking of not sleeping, let's not sleep on this guy either. You know, we talked about Blaze Reardon in goal for Chaos. The Canadian Dylan Ward, similarly, Paul, in that he's a big goaltender.
And he's a big game goaltender. In 2014, when Canada won the World Championship, that was your MVP.
Ready to face it off. We're going to go to the stripe. Waterdogs in purple, Chaos in white, trimmed in red. As is always the case in a PLL game, the face-off stripe is key. For Chaos, Mad Max, he's back. He was key to their run last year to the championship. He'll go against Jake Withers, young man out of Peterborough, Ontario, who did very well against the league MVP Trevor Baptiste in the quarterfinals.
You know, Adler was under 50% this season in the playoffs, 65% in the semifinal victory against the Archers, playing his best lacrosse.
We're underway. Ball free in the middle of the field, picked up by Waterdogs. They'll get the first opportunity. And Sowers will take the shot, and Reardon is right there with the kick save. Sowers right off the face with the first shot of the game.
When you watch Blaze Reardon, it's the subtle movements in his body that he makes those kick saves look so easy.
Courier shovels it, and reared in that time. Handcuffed a little bit, but he was able to stand tall and make the save.
Two quality looks for the Waterdogs there. They love to generate offense right off the face-off.
Now Byrne thought about taking a 2-point shot. That arc is a 2-point shot in the PLL. Now Byrne will wait for the substitutions to come on in. Good look at Dane Smith, number 92, one of the best passing midfielders in this game. Kyle Jackson going against his shorty. Got a little bit of space, not enough to take a shot. That shot was deflected wide, and it'll stay with Chaos as they win the race to the ball on the sideline. Here's Chris Cloutier, had a magical semifinal hat trick to really get Chaos started early. Jackson fires a bouncer, and Dylan Ward is there.
Waterdogs love to get out and run in transition. Clean saves by Ward allows them to do so. But sloppy play gives it right back.
A terrible pass. Resch with the ground ball in the middle of the field.
And the Chaos, their strength offensively is the 6-on-6 set. Like in basketball, you see a lot of two-man game on the left and right side of the field. Picking, re-picking, slipping underneath the picks. Canadian influence with this Chaos offense, and this is their main distributor, Dane Smith. Leads the league in assists from the midfield position.
Comes off a pick. Now he's got Witcher on him. Shot by Rogers, scores! Shalon Rogers.
Dane's dealing again. 92 in white, always has his head up. And when you play with a facilitator and a passer like that, you know you're getting the rock, Ryan.
Yeah, I mentioned the Waterdogs wanted to bump up some of their defensemen, and it's because of Dane Smith and Shalon Rogers. Those two guys in the midfield are such a tough matchup. You can see Burns just kind of, should I go, should I not go? He kind of gets caught ball watching a little bit. Rogers floats behind the play. Easy pass, catch, and finish for Rogers.
Sloppy clear by the Waterdogs, comebacks to haunt them. You guys mentioned the Waterdogs want to make this a full field game, an end-to-end game. Win face-off ground balls, push transition, move from D to O, and I think they were a little sloppy and it cost them.
You know, it's a great point by Quint. And the Chaos actually want to do the opposite, too. So who will win that battle? Full field Waterdogs, half field Chaos?
Shot hit, got the pipe. That got by Reardon, long pull. But no harm, no foul as we go the other way with Chaos. This will be a 2-point shot wide.
And when these two teams played earlier in the year, Reese did have a 2-pointer.
Right, and Costabile who took that shot is down. He had just turned to run off the field and sub off RB, and that's a good sign to see him get back up.
That is, and they need him. You know, we talk about transition. The one player that's ignited the transition for Chaos has been Costabile. He leads the league in points from a long stick perspective. He is their juice guy in transition.
Interesting, as the player was running off, Costabile, DiNapoli, 7 in purple, took a shot to his midsection. I think it was a little bit of an acting game to go down. I'm not sure if Matty Palem's now going to take a look at that, but there was contact, and it looked like it was not illegal contact by DiNapoli, 7 in purple, I believe.
All right, Q, you can see our referee, Matty Palem, with the white hat. Taking a look at the replay. Tap almost.
You have a vision of one after that, please? And then set this one up again, please.
Didn't hear Matty Palem and Seth Tierney, the head of competition, with him right there on the left.
Like, it was a love tap. I think there was some acting involved. It'll be interesting to see what editorial decision he makes based on the video that's available.
Matty Palem, usually much more boisterous than this.
Yes.
Really studying it, you know. It's intense.
I think with the bright sunlight, it's a little more difficult to see some of these replays right now. It's about 85 on the field right now, super hot.
You see on the far left side, Costigo goes to run off, and he takes just a little tap.
After further review, there's no foul on the play. White ball.
There you go, Maddie. I kind of agree with that call.
Agree with it. I think Quint would agree with it, Ryan.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah, and
I thought it was a dive.
And it's a good call in terms of if Chaos, they've got the best power play.
Yeah.
That would have gift wrapped an opportunity for them.
Here's Smith again. Already has an assist on that Shallon Rogers goal. Byrne. Got his left hand free, and he scores!
The formula for Chaos all playoffs long is get to an early lead and then ride Blaze Reardon, his hot hand in cage. 2-0 start. That's exactly the formula you want if you're Chaos.
Josh, you know Dylan Ward well. You played with him on Team Canada. What's the book on this goalie?
Too good for a book, man. He's got to shoot hard, shoot to a spot.
What spot you looking for there?
Can't tell you that, man. We just started.
Keeping it close to the vest because he's planning on hitting a lot more of those spots.
Yeah, he's looking for a spot, and with a goalie like Dylan Ward, he plays a high crease, Ryan. So it's going to be interesting to see where those spots are available.
And he used a defender as a screen. That was the other element, deception, that he layered into that shot.
Our conversation with Josh Byrne, powered by Sun Clarella, as always, powering athletes under the helmet. How do the Waterdogs respond?
They're going to have something off the substitution game here.
Here we go, coming on to the box real quick. Hand out, but Reardon is right there. Now they'll look to move quickly.
Reese can pull.
Shot score! That's going to be a 1-point goal. He had his foot across the line, but it's a juice goal for Chaos nonetheless.
Ouch! You called it, Ryan. Reese can score. When you watch him back at his days at the Naval Academy, when he crosses the midfield, he's a threat. Plant, rip, high and tight.
He's a natural long stick midfielder that they've bumped down to close defense. That's really shored up their defense in the playoffs. But he's always had this potential. You go back into yesteryears when he was a part of the bomb squad. That Chaos was shooting twos all over the place.
The previous play was a 2-point goal for the Chaos. The Waterdogs have challenged that ruling.
Palem initially put up the 2, so let's see that toe again. Let's see Reese's toe, whether he was on the line or whether he was behind it. Good look from our drone here. Hard to see from that angle. Reese coming in at about 2 o'clock. Keep a look on that foot. Right, it's right there.
Yeah, the toes look like they're touching the line.
But it was called 2 on the field, so is that enough to overturn it?
Yeah, I got it right here. Alex, you got another view now.
This is what they're looking at right there.
So close.
Yeah, real close.
When the ball releases out of his stick, though, the ball's still in his stick there.
Matty had the ideal.
Yep.
Matt Palem had the ideal angle. He didn't need to look at it long. Taya Reese, a great high school basketball player in Baltimore. His dad, Cliff, played with David Robinson.
After further review, shooter's toe hit the line, 1-point goal.
Okay, so it's only a 1 point. They'll move it back to 3, but it's still 3-love here at Chaos all over this first quarter.
You know, Quinn, I have a question for you. When that long pole plants his feet and lets it rip, as a goalie, you played goalie at the highest level. Why is that so difficult to stop?
Well, the release point is just not standard release point with a 40-inch lacrosse stick. Again, it's a 6-foot stick, and it's tougher to find that ball in the pocket. Plus, it's a bigger lever, so there's more speed with a long pole. I thought what Reese did really well there was he sniffed that out at the top of the arc. He gave himself a 2-way out. He was looking to feed. He was disrespected. Like a 3-point shooter in basketball, he planted his feet and let it rip.
Kind of like when you think about Randy Johnson on the mound, right?
Yeah.
So tall and coming with that fastball down at you, but by the time it releases out of his hand, it's almost on you.
This is a big defensive possession here for Waterdogs.
The field has definitely been tilted this way. Max Adler certainly doing his part, and Blaze Reardon too, to get the ball out of the defensive end and get into a position where they can score goals. And Challen Rogers has one, might be looking for more. Smith, he'll shoot high.
I'll tell you, the Waterdogs are flat right now. They came out, they're all business, all really serious in warm-ups. They look tight, they look tense.
Kluche had a dynamic hat trick in the semifinals. Can't beat Ward that time.
And you can see the respect Chaos are paying to the Waterdogs transition game. Anytime that shot clock
Dropping
gets
right
low,
back.
they're getting players off the field so they can get their defensive matchups situated.
And that takes a lot of their offensive juice out. I mean, this is a team that led the league in shots, and they do it from end to end off of Dylan Ward saves.
This is going to be a great look and a goal. Finally, Waterdogs get on the board. It's Connor Kelly.
He was a chaos killer earlier in the season with 6 points. Connor Kelly won a national championship at the University of Maryland. Loves the big stage. Look at the deception right here. Dips his head, dips his shoulders, gets Big Blaze thinking low, ball goes high. We're playing for a Cash App PLL championship. Big time.
Waterdogs playing for their first PLL championship. You talked about it in the open, RB. This team, an expansion team, and they've built it the right way, and they've compiled enough that talent to be able to compete. And this year, think about it, in 2021, they were the regular season champs and got ousted in the playoffs. This year, they started the year 0-3. They were going nowhere quickly.
Yeah, and you look at some of the foundational pieces that they picked up in the expansion draft and in the entry draft. Their biggest need was we need a goalkeeper, and we need somebody that can actually win a one-on-one matchup. We need a quarterback. Getting Dylan Ward and Michael Sowers, that was huge in terms of from season to season, propelling them into the number 1 seed.
Yeah, absolutely. And throw Zach Currier in the mix, too. He's the unicorn of the league. Like, no one plays like that. There's not another guy that does everything at the midfield position like 77 in purple. Gets every ground ball on the wings, can play offense, can play defense, has great vision. He's a goal scorer in transition. When you have that guy, he's just different.
Withers wins the face-off. 2-point shot from Kelly wide. That's his specialty. Hit 2 2-point shots in the regular season meeting between these two teams.
And you can see the Waterdogs trying to wear down Adler. They've kept him on the field.
Sowers, tough angle. Blaze was there to stop him.
You see the physicality of Jack Rowlett. 99 in white is going to get physical with Michael Sowers.
You mentioned Sowers dinged up a little bit in the open, had a hamstring injury last week. He's about 85%, according to Coach Copeland. Copeland liked his explosiveness this week in practice. Got a timeout on the field. Chaos calling it. Wanted to preserve possession, talk things over. Good start for Andy Towers and his crew. 3-1 in the PLL championship right here on ABC. Timeout on the field. Want to remind everybody about the World Lacrosse Championship next June in San Diego. We will be there. As you can see, all the games on ESPN networks, ESPN Plus, and then 6 games on ESPN or ESPN2. We were in Netanya for the last championship. Q, I'm sure we won't have a mud bath in the Dead Sea to go to like you did on that trip, but we'll find something on the beach in San Diego for you, Q.
Netanya, just imagine.
So many players in this game played in that game. There's one right there. Josh Byrne played for Team Canada. You mentioned Dylan Ward was a goalie for Team Canada. Yep. And they have revenge on their minds, don't they? Team USA won in the last second, won the world championship in the last second, and it was devastating for people like that.
Connor, I got Andy Towers. What'd you draw up here on this possession?
We feel like they're starting to get a little bit of a beat on our base offense, so we're mixing up an invert situation here. We've changed up the spacing above the goal, but to be super careful. And if we don't have it, no, not to push it. We'll go into our base offense from there.
Smith lost it initially. That was Ryan Smith, big midfielder. His midfield partner, Dane Smith, was able to pick up the loose ball, though. Under 10 to shoot. Jackson's going to have to let it go, and it's wide. Doesn't hit the cage. So it'll still be chaos ball, but just 4 seconds on the shot clock. And this time, they'll just dump it high in the corner.
Yeah, dump it high, get back. Shot clock violation, but this allows you to get back against a runner.
Threw that ball out into the river.
Delaware River. Beautiful setting here at Subaru Park. A beautiful day for lacrosse. Michael Sowers, ball in his cross right here, 22, hometown kid. Suburban Philadelphia. Began his college career at Princeton, then transferred to Duke, set all kinds of records in his college days. Now he's trying to win a championship. Conrad loses the ball. Seen a lot of that in this first quarter. Waterdogs with possession on their offensive end, but not getting good quality scoring opportunities. Now Newman, he'll fire from 2, wide.
Fastest shot in the league there, Jared Newman, but we haven't seen a lot of that this season in terms of getting him out in transition.
Yeah, teams know where he is. You know, you have to match up on 88. It's interesting, too. The tighter team here, to me, is the Waterdogs. You think a team that won a championship a year ago, the pressure would be on them, but being 2-8, everyone wrote them off. Chaos right now seems like they're playing so much looser these last few weeks than everyone else in the league.
That was evident during warm-ups. I mean, they roll into Subaru Park. There's a vibe, an aura, an attitude, a swagger. Meanwhile, the Waterdogs looked like they were gripping their sticks tight early.
A pass that got through, and Ward had to make the stop. Now Sowers slows it down a little bit. Get it to McCardle behind the cage. McCardle, number 6 in purple, led the league in assists during the regular season. Now Hanna, full head of steam coming out of the box, going up against Glacini, one of the captains of this chaos team. Courier, down the alley. Now he spins on Glacini, shot doesn't get through. Dangerous loose ball in the middle. Battle for it. Reardon demands it.
Wow, he's so good out of the cage.
So amazing.
So good.
Now Costabile forces Ward to go down and make the save. Here comes Ward with a beautiful outlet pass to Courier.
Didn't love that decision by Costabile. You just came up with a big stop. You have an opportunity to settle into your 6-on-6. Lucky that the Waterdogs didn't kind of counter with more transition.
Absolutely. And against a goalie with a high arc, he steps out of the crease area almost, right? He's high up in that crease area.
Curry from distance. Reardon sees it all the way.
So when you have that high crease, those bouncers are tough, right? That's why you saw Reese's outside shot. Where was that? It was high.
Yeah, you got to carry against a goalie like that. He creeps out to the top of the arc against mid-range shots in particular. An extra pass to the weak side, and he's not in the goal. Or you carry and force him to move on that higher arc.
Now Smith got his defender hung up. It's a shorty, too. Up top, Dane Smith. Wide. Battle for the loose ball, won by Waterdogs. And Lacrosse on a shot closest to the ball when it goes out of bounds, end line or sideline. Either retains possession or gains possession. That time it was a Waterdog, so Waterdogs pick up possession. We got Blaze Reardon mic'd. Sun Clarella powering under the helmet. Let's hear Blaze.
Have a good. Restart. Hey, you're off. Hey, you gotta help. Hey, you got it. It's gotta be you. Slow. Go. You're good. Sit.
Connor Blaze does a great job. He keeps his talk simple and effective. He uses first names. Where's the ball? Who's the hot man? Who's the double man? Keep it simple. He doesn't rattle needless terms. It's not verbal diarrhea. It's really clear.
Right.
And really decisive.
And you know what? His body motions mimic that, Quint. When you see him in the cage, there's no wasted movements either.
Well, he held pipe that whole time.
Skip pass through to Cloutier. Sidearm pass himself. O'Keefe scores!
Challen Rogers already with a goal and an assist in just the first quarter. He has been a serious problem for the Waterdogs defensively.
You got a guy like Mac O'Keefe. Beautiful shot with the drone. Rogers does enough to get to the middle of the field to warrant some help right here. Right? So he carries over there and gets the Waterdogs ball watching. That's the last guy you want to ball watch on a mid-range shot. That's the most prolific goal scorer in NCAA lacrosse history at Penn State. You know what I loved about that? He likes to shoot high a lot. So Ward probably had the book on O'Keefe. He's going to shoot high. He's going to shoot high. Where did he shoot? Low.
Kept it low. It's the second time they've got caught Liam Burns kind of ball watching.
Withers. Wow. There's a rebound goal by Sowers. That lights up this crowd, too, here, Philly.
If you were wondering who the Philly faithful were going to pull for, that question is answered. The hometown kid, Michael Sowers, with the response.
Michael, what's it like to be back in Philly?
It's real cool. I mean, got a lot of family and friends here, so.
Coach said you were about 85% in warm-ups. Tell us your status right now and what your limitations are.
100%.
We're going to see the Michael Sowers, the electric feet.
Sun Clarella powering athletes under the helmet. Michael Sowers looking on concerned because we got a challenge here on this goal. They're looking to see if Sowers landed with his toes in the crease before the ball crossed the goal line.
Another view if you have it. You got to make the screen larger, make the screen larger.
If you're in the air and the ball crosses that goal line, it's a goal. But if your feet touch before it does, where does it, right? I think that's a goal.
I do too.
It's
I
too
think
tough
it
to tell.
crosses
Too
the
tough,
goal line,
yeah.
right? Does it cross the goal line before he lands in the crease?
Stick, feet are in the air.
Yeah, that's a goal.
We think it's a goal. Michael, what do you think?
I just usually listen to Zach. If he says it's a goal, it's probably a goal.
You hung in the air long enough?
Apparently a little too long.
Let's hear from Matty Palin.
After further review, good goal. The shooter's feet did not land until the ball was in the goal.
You want to know the crazy thing? Michael Sowers just told Quinn, I listen to Zach. That's Zach Currier. Zach Currier is like a savant lacrosse-wise. Like, he knows all the rules. He knows all the little intricacies of the game. He's a gear rat in terms of equipment. Like, that is the guy to ask.
He was a structural engineering major
There
at
you
Princeton,
go.
so he's probably the smartest guy out there.
Exactly. So asking Zach is the right move.
Final 25 seconds of this first quarter, man. The Waterdogs need that goal. This has been a really good battle so far. Mad Max and Withers.
You just assume Courier comes up with these.
All right, 77 in purple is brilliant in the middle of the field. No one's come up with it yet.
Well, this is legit, this battle. Wow.
Finally, Resch wins it. Now an opportunity here for Byrne. George just could not get enough on that shot. As the horn sounds. Oh, and a Byrne with a cross check.
Oh, we got
On
something.
Courier.
Don't leave the bench. Don't leave the bench.
In a championship game, cooler heads have got to prevail here.
There's a lot of Canadians.
Keep in mind, this is a 19-player roster, active roster. You cannot afford to lose players. You don't have a lot of depth early on in a championship game.
The Canadians, in their DNA, from box lacrosse in their background, they will scrap.
Yeah, Burns
This is where Matty Palem earns the big money. He's the man, 44 in yellow, and he's going to sort this baby out.
We got helmets on the field.
You can see Byrne after the play. Courier gives him a little something, and he gives it right back.
And Cloutier gets involved, too. 4-2 in the PLL championship game. Started the second quarter. At the end of the first quarter, we had a little malfeasance. Let's listen to Matty Palem, our referee.
98% of this thing. So he's going to go for 2. He's going to go for 1. The whole time is full-time serve. So we'll have a regular face-off. So it'll be 9-on-9 for a minute. And then if the first minute's gone, you'll be a man up for the second minute.
What's the clarity behind him getting 2 and our guy getting 1?
Because Zach Courier was mostly the instigator.
Did he pull his helmet off?
No, he got hooked. We're not going there.
I got you.
He got a glove hooked on it, man. It wasn't that type of intent. Okay.
All right, so Matty Palem explaining the situation. Q, you were down there during that whole break.
Yeah, I think they're sending a message to that they want this to be about lacrosse and not about all these flare-ups that can happen on all these dead balls, like a critical hockey game in the corners. And so they give Courier the more severe penalty. It's an opportunity for the Chaos. And hopefully this will kind of soothe the tempers, cool the tempers here. Unusual to see that kind of flare-up in a championship game, quite honestly.
And this early in the game, too, when you saw Courier with the cross-check on Byrne's ankle, that's what started the whole thing.
So, to put a bow on all this, they'll face off. They'll play 9-on-9 for a minute. And then the Chaos will be on the power play for an extra minute because Courier's is full-time serve for 2 minutes. Byrne only has 1 minute.
Yeah, and I'll notice the players involved in this. I mean, Josh Byrne, that's your best offensive
the
player.
First quarter was reviewed during break. The following results. Waterdogs number 77, 2 minutes, unsportsmanlike conduct, full-time serve. Chaos number 22, 1 minute, unsportsmanlike conduct, full-time serve. We will play 9-on-9 for a minute. Chaos will be 10-on-9 for 1 minute after that. Face off.
Josh Byrne's your best offensive player for Chaos, and losing Courier for 2 full minutes, that's your do-it-all midfielder.
Absolutely. But I will say this. The beauty of playing 9-on-9, it's a 52-second shot clock. You're not going to get that extra man opportunity until the second minute anyway, and then Byrne comes on. So it's really critical that Chaos can possess in that second minute frame, and then you get Byrne back on the field.
Yes. An extra man without the ball or a power play without the ball is meaningless.
Yes.
So this is a big face-off here. The start of the second quarter. These two teams will be even strength for a minute. And the penalties are unreleasable, so even if anybody scores in that minute, it's still even strength. Matt Max wins the draw. So Chaos now can hold it for virtually this entire even strength period if they so choose to because of the shot clock, and then work.
Oh, you want to attack here. 5-on-5.
Oh, yeah.
There's a ton of green.
And the Waterdogs,
you don't want to do that. That is exactly what you do not want to do. So now they give it up. Sowers. Beautiful back check that time by Rowlett.
He's aggressive, man. He is going after Sowers, who has feet like no other. Rowlett going over the head in that spot.
He's a shark in the open field.
But sloppy play in the open field is another turnover.
You know, I'm with Ryan, though. The 5-on-5, that is a prime opportunity because you get the opposing defense out of their comfort zone and their typical base defense. But there's a lot more green.
But now with this penalty getting released, the initial penalty, now you want to hold and try to kill this clock.
They can hold all but for about 20 seconds of it. Carl's got a great chance and scores. He ain't holding on to that one.
Pretty much a worst case scenario for Chaos. That last minute and a half stretch right there. You cough up the ball on one end. Then you finally get it back. You got your power play about to set to come on. You cough it up again. You've got an extra defender, and yet Waterdogs still cash in.
The extra defender, though, they don't seem like they're in sync yet, right? Like, the extra defender doesn't even know he's extra. I think it was Troy Ray out by the boxes looking for someone. He's the double guy.
And behind the play, confusion between who's covering Sowers and McCardle. You can see Rowlett and Newman both on your screen there. Rowlett just trips for a half second, and McCardle makes him pay.
By Troy Ray being so far out and waiting for a box in a substitution that's not going to exist, it allows them to stay 5-on-5.
Heads up play by the rookie Hannah there.
6 seconds in the penalty.
Might get another one here. No, it looked like Withers may have gotten a stick up high, but they didn't make any call. Now Michael
That's a Waterdogs, yeah. God, that's a Waterdogs timeout. Andy Towers probably kicking himself. You think back, they had the ball. He could have called timeout 20 seconds ago. That whole scenario never would have happened.
They already used a timeout in the first quarter, Quinn, so I think he wanted to hold on for the second half.
Let's go inside the huddle. Presented by Athletic Brewing Company.
I want the ball down at this end. Everybody got it? Right into an ice. Let's try to get back to all even and play. Same attack. Who are my middies here? Can I go CK Hannah? CK, you good? Yeah, I'm good. CK Hannah here. 5-on-5. Listen, unless you're right on top of the goal, no shots.
Hey guys, make sure you're subbing too. Right? We got our D on right early.
Hey, everybody understand the situation? We're down 1. Okay, everybody good? Yeah. Hey, Hannah, start with the ball. Okay? 0-1-3, 1-2-3.
The other thing about the Chaos mistakes is I didn't see 2 wings on that last face-off.
Right. Face-off won by Withers and Waterdogs.
It was a 9-on-9 face-off. There were 6 seconds left on the penalty.
So, but Withers wins the face-off, meaning that it's Waterdogs' ball for a 40-second power play by Chaos. They can hold it and kill this entire power play.
You can see Ian McKay, number 55. That's the extra defender serving as the free slide or support guy.
Seconds on the Chaos power play. Waterdogs more than happy to just let this one tick all the way down. They still have 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Might as well go at this point.
Instead, Hannah loses it. Still loose ball. Blaze has it. Now we're back to even strength. What a confusing time that was in this game, man. That was like 2 or 3 minutes trying to figure out who had what. Matty Palem, our referee, doing a nice job. We got him mic'd up today, so you'll be able to hear everything he's trying to explain the situation. Dave Smith, up top to O'Keefe. Ward with the save. Let's see if Waterdogs can build on the fact that they were able to kill off that dangerous situation, a non-releasable 1-minute man down, and now they're only down a goal. And the hometown kid's firing up too high.
There you see the feet of Michael Sowers, right? If he gets that hard plant foot, and a guy with a bummed hamstring, it looks like he's explosive. He gets the plant foot and gets to the middle of the field. There is a lot of grass.
A lot of bodies falling. Pass inside to nobody in particular. No call. Ethan Walker tracks it down.
You feel the momentum has changed down on the field now. The guys in purple flying around, making plays. They've awoken.
Inside, good feed. Conrad scores. Ryan Conrad.
Conrad coming to the playoff party. In the first round against the Atlas, he had 3 goals and an assist. Played his best lacrosse, a dual threat midfielder.
And it's a beautiful cut here by Conrad. He's going to start off the ball. You're going to see a little dodge down the alley. Michael Sowers is going to pop out. The double team's going to come. You're going to see this feed behind and then feed inside from Sowers to Conrad. Good identification by Waterdogs. They draw the double, bang it. Conrad with that nice little cut inside and the find by Sowers.
Yeah, the recovery from the Chaos, when they doubled, they were slow to get back inside. Defensively, you got to protect the paint. You start your defense inside out. They stayed outside, so what that create? An inside cutting opportunity for Ryan Conrad.
Oh, ball watching city, too. Boyle made a career out of defenders that were staring at the ball.
4 different goal scorers now for the Dogs. And Withers holding his own against Mad Max at the face-off stripe. We'll get a loose ball hold, though. Possession to Dogs.
Withers is trying to get Adler in a 2-man game.
Courier wide open. Blaze with the save. Gonna want that one back.
You know, Quint was talking about moving a guy like Dylan Ward. If Blaze Reardon is staring you down, if you don't change your levels or you shoot to his stick side, it's 2 for a buck.
Byrne trying to get to the middle of the field. Now Challen Rogers scored the first goal of the game for Chaos. Extra pass, skip pass, and a beauty over the top, though.
What a pass. That is the elite vision of Dane Smith, 92 and white. The highest statistical passing midfielder in the PLL this season.
Nice job defensively. Ian Burns knocking it away. Shot clock winding down. It's going to be a violation.
It was a beautiful feed by Dane Smith, but you saw the brilliance of Ward there. Like coming out in cage, you could see that threw Cloutier off.
Smaller windows, exactly. Big goalie comes out to that high arc. Small little windows. Cloutier got so fine, sends it over the crossbar.
Here comes McCardle. Got a little bit of room. Got past plays and scores. Reardon got a piece of it, but it wasn't enough to deny McCardle. Waterdogs take their first lead.
Signature season for Kieran McCardle. Disrespected as a pro. Leads the league in assists. The 3 goals last week in the semifinal had the Dogs advancing.
Yeah, you're going to see a little 2-man game. Christian Scarpello comes over. Newman tries to fight around it. A little bit of separation is all McCardle needs to get his hands free, and his hot streak continues.
I got.
Is that the new iPhone 14 Pro?
Yep, with this amazing new camera. Smile.
And you got it on Verizon.
Even better. I got Verizon's new plan. Includes Apple One. That's Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, iCloud Plus.
I hear the acting's pretty good on that one.
So is the deal I got from Verizon. iPhone 14 Pro on them. You should get one. Ooh, selfie time.
Wow, you can hustle when you need to.
Get a new iPhone 14 Pro on us. And get it with one unlimited for iPhone. Only on the network America relies on. Verizon.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Right now, lease the 2023 Santa Fe for just $269 a month. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
All right, got a 2 for you on Monday night. Let's start with Derrick Henry and the Titans battling Josh Allen and the Bills. That's a special start time, 7:15 on ESPN. Then Justin Jefferson and the Vikes right here taking on Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, 8:30 Eastern on ABC at the link. That's right up the street. Also on ESPN Plus and ESPN Deportes. That's a huge night tomorrow night. 5-4 our score in the second quarter. Katie George is on our crew. She's standing by with a special guest.
Yes, I am, Chris. Arguably the greatest female lacrosse player of all time, Charlotte North. We've been watching an incredible first half thus far. What's impressed you most from what you've seen?
This is amazing. The crowd is electric. The energy on the field is electric. It's very physical, fast-paced, and it's a close game. I'm excited for the rest of it.
What got the Waterdogs going after that slow start?
They just need a little spark, a little energy spark. All it takes is one play, and I think they got that going, and now they're ready to compete.
As you've watched the PLL find its success and gain momentum over the last 4 years, what are your hopes for the Women's Lacrosse Professional League moving forward?
hopefully we continue to grow, continue to, get these amazing athletes on television and give them, the coverage they deserve. And we keep growing this thing. And I think that, professional lacrosse is in a really great spot right now. And it's thanks to all the people working tirelessly behind the scenes. But hopefully, we continue to push the needle and get the athletes, that coverage they deserve.
Thanks to you as well. We love watching you. Best of luck moving forward with your career.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Charlotte. And I know your daughter, Payla, loves watching her. Definitely a hero of hers. Arguably the greatest female lacrosse player of all time, Cart.
Absolutely. I look at the Gate brothers, Paul and Gary, 1990, changing the men's game forever. She's changed the women's game forever. And there's actually boys, girls, it doesn't matter. Stylistically, the game is better in the men's game and the women's game because of Charlotte North and in terms of her style, right? Like when you watch her play, she's just different. She pushes the envelope all the time in terms of her stick skills, her toughness, her overall awareness. It was must-watch TV every time she stepped on the field.
I spent a Sunday out with the Athletes Unlimited watching Charlotte. The level of play on the field, off the charts, athleticism, skill. Just need the fans to follow after a record-setting NCAA season. That championship game, Boston College, North Carolina, on ESPN for the first time, sold out in Baltimore. I mean, what a show. What a year for women's lacrosse.
PLL championship here, now a one-goal game. Waterdog without his cross. You can play without your equipment here in the pro level. You can't do that at college and high school. And Byrne beats Ward, his Canadian national team teammate, all knotted up at 5.
Here's the deal with Chris Cloutier. He's a load on the left wing. And you have to worry about him being a shooter if you lay off him for just a fraction of a second. So he gets the defense to think we need to support. And the next man in the rotation is Josh Byrne. You leave Byrne there, it's lights out.
Yeah, don't love that decision by Randall. I think you kind of create offense for a Chaos team that was struggling before that possession, just had one goal in around 14 minutes of play. Frankly, I think this Waterdogs defense a few times so far has created offense for Chaos.
Cotter, that's like the old New Wave song. Should I stay or should I go now?
Yeah, defensively. But he's like Charles Barkley, right? Like a power forward that can pass because of his body and how much weight he puts into defenders. You feel defensively like you need to support when you don't.
Yeah, he earned that back in the NCAA tournament, playing for North Carolina. He earned that last week in the semifinals by running through sticks.
Dane Smith trying to get his hands free. DiNapoli does a fantastic job defending him on that play. The short stick D-Midi causing the turnover.
I'd rather have Chris Cloutier beat my long pole one-on-one than help off of Josh Byrne.
I would agree with you. The issue, though, is you don't know when he's going to beat that defender because he doesn't need much space, right? He's a two-handed power cradle load, right? 220 pounds. Like, do you support that matchup?
Feet moving, I'd rather see the shot coming from Cloutier. Feet set, turn and rake.
Sowers, McCardle, they'll have a tough angle, but a shot wide stays with Waterdogs as it was a shot. Hannah was closest to it.
Chaos do not like to slide, and it feels like every time they do, Waterdogs are generating a quality look.
Walker, 2 fakes, lost his footing over the shoulder shot, too high. Still 12 to shoot for the Dogs. McCardle have to make something happen in a hurry. Trying to find a cutter, can't. Now with just 5 seconds, he's going to have to dump it in the corner and they'll set up their ride.
Feels like this game is finally kind of settled in the same way a boxing match, the first couple of rounds, feeling out process, choppy first quarter. Feel like we're finally in a flow now.
Yeah, a lot of stoppages, a lot of reviews. Had that dust up at the end of the first quarter. We had to settle that storm, and they did.
Jackson's been nursing a hamstring. Let's see what kind of speed and quickness he has.
Here's Cloutier. That shot didn't get through.
Broken stick.
Josh Byrne gonna have to get some more hardware. Goldbrick on his horse. Nice hustle. Couldn't turn him over though. That was Chase Frazier. Conrad. Dodge passes defender initially. Here's Sowers. Look at the quickness. Remember, he's got a slight tweak on that hamstring. He tweaked it in the semifinals last week. Still a complete jitterbug back there. Kelly, he can fire from distance. That's his specialty. Shoots, bounces it. Reardon with the save. Now, under 2 minutes to play in this half. Momentum totally up for grabs. Both these teams are knotted at 5. Dane Smith will put it in play for Chaos.
They've got numbers.
Right out of the box.
You know, I'd like to hear your response here, Ryan. Like Dane Smith as a passer, because you were a passer. The anticipation and how long sometimes he waits to make that pass.
Well, he's reading the next layer of defense. He's processed the first slide. Who's supporting? His head is up. His next layer is saying, where's the second slide? So do I go to the adjacent, the one next guy, the easy pass, or now do I have a skip available behind that second level of support?
Like a quarterback reading coverages as the coverage rotates. Spatial awareness.
See the respect that Rowlett is playing against Sowers way out there.
Yeah. He's saying my feet can match yours.
Two-man game there. Now Sowers is on a shorty. This is a matchup 22 likes. Pass goes awry, though.
I would have liked to have seen him stay with that matchup, right? Resch is a good short stick D-midi, but he's not Jack Rowlett. Like, I want to see Sowers push there.
Will Chaos push? Lassini shoots. Ward comes out to make the initial save, and Ray can't fire it past him. Now another look. Ward with another save. Still up for grabs. Behind the cage. And the loose ball won by Waterdogs.
Dylan Ward is standing on his head right now.
Blaze is going to fire it down in the final seconds. Harmlessly. Wow. What a finish to this first half.
We got a goalie matchup, boys. This is sick. Two heavyweight goaltenders. Blaze Reardon for the Chaos. Dylan Ward for the Waterdogs. Punch for punch. Quint, you got Coach Towers.
How do you best describe that last flurry?
Certainly not boring, Quinn. Listen, we've had some great chances. They've had some great chances. We got off to a great start. Credit them for coming back. We knew they would. They're a great team. They're in the championship for a reason. This is exactly what we expected. This kind of dogfight. I think the second half is going to be much of the same.
When you break down adjustments, matchups, the chess match that exists here, what are some focal points you'll focus on?
I think it's important for us offensively to get depth in our shot clock, seeing that the longer that we're able to do that, hopefully the more apt they are to break down and ultimately yield a higher quality opportunity for us. We got to continue to hold Wardo accountable by making them have to move to make the saves, and we want to make sure that we are fully committed to eliminate their transition and ideally no power plays.
Thank you, Coach. You're never boring either.
No, sir. AT certainly is not. Neither was his team in that first half. Chaos jumped out to the early lead. Waterdogs fought back to take the lead themselves. We're all tied at the half. There's Katie George and Paul Rabel. They're fired up. Halftime report coming your way. They'll break down the first half. We'll also show you the top pro lacrosse championship moments over the years. We are halfway home, and it's been a great half. Dogs, Chaos, knotted at 5 in the fight for the PLL championship. You do not want to miss the second half. It's a beautiful evening in the city of brotherly love, 5-5. There ain't going to be a whole lot of brotherly love in the second half here, though, at Subaru Park. Chaos and Waterdogs battling for a PLL championship. Paul Carcaterra, Ryan Boyle, Chris Cotter here. Ryan and I, we were all buttoned up like the Waterdogs were at the start. You're all loosey-goosey like chaos.
Come on, man.
What do Waterdogs have to do to get the W here, all knotted up at the hat?
You look at their face-off, they're doubling up Chaos right now, but they haven't been able to generate offense off of those wins. I would expect that to change in the second half if they're going to pull out a win here.
Yeah, and if they have to play settled offense, I want to see a big, heavy dose of the hometown boy, Michael Sowers, for the Waterdogs. I feel like his speed and his quickness is unmatched. Jack Rowlett has bottled him up. You know you're going to get from Chaos Blaze Reardon standing on his head again. If they have to go into the half-field game, I think Dane Smith, 92 in white, has to orchestrate that offense a little bit more. His passing and his vision is beautiful.
You saw Dylan Ward right at the end of that first half as well. Brilliant in goal for Waterdogs to preserve this 5-5 tie. Face-off to start the second half. Adler had a good look at it, couldn't scoop it. We'll get a loose ball hold, though, and it's going to go against Chaos, rather, be Waterdogs ball. Courier will put it in play. Q, what happened down there with you on the sideline?
Andy Copeland told me they want to run. Obviously, that starts with stops and face-offs, wins, and they get off to a great start. I believe it was Ryan Conrad, right-handed to the middle of the field, dodging through the smoke.
You know, he's got big game experience, won a national championship at the University of Virginia in 2019. He was the difference maker for the Cavaliers. He was their lifeline, their pulse in the middle of the field. But what I'm seeing as a pro, Ryan, right now, he's stepping up his game offensively.
Significant improvement if you look at him from regular season to the postseason. Kark, as you mentioned, this is a big game type of player. He wins his individual matchup. You can see Chaos try to support with that slide. It's just a hair late, and Conrad buries it.
There he is having a word with Mikey Schlosser, who tore his ACL in the semifinals, and spoke.
Great athlete, Cotter. Yeah. Great athlete. We saw him up in Syracuse when he was at Virginia, kicking 55-yard field goals on a Friday.
He's a big
and a walkthrough.
Yeah, he's a big football fan.
Before a lacrosse game.
I did the Virginia game yesterday, and they squeaked by, and he and I were talking on the field about it. He watched the Cavaliers and Tony Elliott, the new football coach. Very hopeful for what they can do in the years to come. Hopeful to win a championship here. He's got Waterdogs on top.
Waterdogs want to pick up their perimeter defense. That is, don't get into the sliding business. They were victimized by that late in that second quarter.
Shovel shot off the outside of the cage. Byrne giving chase. Gets possession. Defender falling down. Byrne on to Napoli. He's got to love this matchup. Let's see if he can take advantage one-on-one. Help comes. And the help in the form of Chris Sabia causes a turnover.
The other Philadelphia native. Good help and support there against a real favorable matchup for Chaos.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned, or Quint did, that Copeland wants the Waterdogs to run. The problem is, it's like in football, you want to go deep with some shots, but a team's in prevent defense. That's what Chaos is doing. Like, they are sloughing back every single time the Waterdogs are trying to clear.
More Sowers, you said, bounce shot, but McCarl does a nice job backing it up. Tried to find somebody quick that was open, but couldn't. Goes back to his left. High shot. Conrad will chase it down, though, and keep possession for the Dogs. 11 to shoot.
Kark, and one thing Copeland did mention to me, he said, if we run, if we push it, that will trap Chaos personnel on the field, whether it's off a face-off with a Fogo or if it's some offensive personnel.
Yeah.
So running creates matchups.
That's a great point, because you get an offensive player from the Chaos having to play defense.
Desperation score! Sowers beats Reardon with just 1 second left on the shot clock.
Multiple times in the first half, Michael Sowers got a short stick matchup and was not able to cash in. On one situation, he drew a slide, poor spacing. The next one didn't really press the issue. Here, he presses the issue, no slide comes, and he capitalizes on that error.
Yeah, he gets it off. He's looking at the big screen, likes what he sees. This is a great message for any young attackman, man. Michael Sowers can beat you with his right, can beat you with his left, speed, jump shots. This guy has it all, and he's got the fan base of Philadelphia behind him. I mean, talk about a Philly lacrosse legend. Michael Sowers has the national record for assists in high school with over 400 assists when he was up at Upper Darwin.
You know, you think about him too, Clark. You've referred to him as a generational talent, but he won some regional championships in high school, but no national championship at the college level, and is yet to win a championship at the pro level, along with McCardle, who's been a professional for 9 years for the Waterdogs.
And to do it in his hometown,
it would be special. And he's got 2 goals in this game, along with McCardle and Conrad, as the Waterdogs now have a 2-goal lead. That's their largest of the day.
He's got the short stick matchup again.
It's Resch. You can see Rowlett charging out to him, which might leave Hannah open for a shot, but he lost the ball.
And Clark, you referenced all those assists. When he became a pro, a lot of defenses played him as a passer.
Yeah.
And he's been able to generate his own shot on a consistent basis.
Yeah, I feel like he is just the ultimate threat because of that passing ability. Like you said, when teams start saying, like, he wants to pass first, this guy is tough as nails. He will go through the middle of the defense. He's a smaller guy, takes an absolute beating, but it pays dividends. He gets to pay dirt.
Now Kluche. Smith, skip past to Kluche, nowhere to go. What do you make of the way the Waterdogs have defended Kluche today?
Well, they bumped down Chris Sabia, normally the second long stick midfielder. They put him down at close, kind of big body on big body.
Oof, don't do that. Do not chase Matt O'Keefe's stick. He will make you pay.
Just lost his footing, too. That might have affected him in terms of being able to set for that shot. Just 4 seconds. Behind the back pass goes wanting, shot clock violation.
And the Waterdogs bench is screaming for a delay of game penalty there.
Yeah, because you have to drop the ball. You have to place it right there to give that team every opportunity for a quick restart.
I thought that shot was clearly after the shot clock had expired.
Conrad clears it. Behind the McCardle. He's got Newman on him. Up top, Blaze was there for the save. Reset the shot clock.
Feels like the Waterdogs operating with the ball behind the goal more now in this third quarter.
McCardle coming up top. Good battle here with Newman. Newman forces him off his feet. McCardle keeps possession, though, up to Kelly.
Matty Palin reached in his pocket. He grabbed the flag. Did not throw it.
Kept it in.
This team's aggressive defensively to chaos.
Conrad with the hat trick.
Some guys just like the bigger stage, the brighter lights, the competition. Gets the fire burning. Ryan Conrad has been a difference maker for the Waterdogs in this playoff. Unbelievable ability to play under pressure, fight through contact, and squeak one by Big Blaze.
As an athlete, like, to say you're from Philly, you kind of wear that. And I just think that that's like the cool thing about this city. It has a reputation for being, tough and gritty. Growing up being a Philadelphia sports fan, my favorite Philly athlete of all time is Allen Iverson. Always played with the chip on his shoulder, and he was just kind of the GOAT. So, I love the city. I love being down here. Philly people generally gravitate back to Philly. So here I am.
Be your own champion player spotlight. Michael Sowers from nearby Drescher, PA. Clark, you and I were talking about him before the game. He's a blue-collar kid, isn't he?
The Allen Iverson comp, that sits with me. No one competed harder than Allen Iverson when it came to game time, right? Michael Sowers has that ability, like the quickness, the flair, the flash in his game. He's so explosive. Like, this is Allen Iverson on a lacrosse field.
And Quint referenced they want to attack from behind the cage. That was a focal point when I spoke with head coach Andy Copeland this week, and it's really two reasons. Number one, personnel. You got Sowers and McCardle. And number two is you want to get Blaze kind of looking from behind the goal back in front of the goal, trying to identify shooters. Feels like that gives them the best chance to score.
Dogs on a 7-1 run, and a big reason why they can extend it is 77. Courier in the middle of the field. He's just a Hoover vacuum for any ground ball that's up for grabs.
Oh, he leads the league in non-face-off ground balls basically every year. Like, stamp it.
Here's Hannah. Shoots and scores on the run.
It's hammer time, Ryan.
Out of the 9 Waterdogs goals, only 2 are assisted. So Chaos are basically daring the Waterdogs. Can you win an individual matchup? The short answer is yes. You see Hannah just sweep all the way across the field. No help, no support. Tough, tight angle. You can see Reardon kind of creep off that near pipe. I think that's one of the few mistakes Reardon's made all game. Kind of inching off of that pipe, and Hannah keeps it near.
Ryan, I'm not sure the goalie saw it. I'm not sure Blaze saw it. There was a moment where they had the defender and the attackman cross his vision. Potentially, he lost sight of the ball in the pocket. But how about you, Clark? The penny stock scores in the PLL championship.
The penny stock. Jack Hanna had 3 goals his freshman year at Denver. And I went to an early season practice, and I told Quint Kesnick, that's my penny stock. This is my guy who will explode. So I always remind him, penny stock Hanna got me rich.
Was given the Dogs their largest lead. It's 4 goals and possession once again. Courier looking to Kelly. Now back behind the Sowers. You got to think with under 6 to play Sowers, with the hometown crowd here behind him, starting to feel like he could win a title in his backyard. Shoulder into the defender. Up top to Walker. Walker was his teammate at Denver. Won a national championship high in the air. And Blaze is able to stick it out of the air. And here we go the other way. 2-point goal. That might get Chaos going. It's Matt Reese who buries it.
Who had Matt Reese scoring 2 goals and having 3 points? Did you?
No, and this is why you love the PLL. A 4-goal lead can change in the blink of an eye.
This was the MO for Chaos early on in the PLL history. You gotta watch their transition. All they do is shoot 2s. Well, when Blaze Reardon makes clean saves, you can get out and run. He corrals the loose ball, and then Reese, you can see all sorts of daylight. The early slide, I mean, he's a legit, 3-4 yards beyond the 2-point arc. But that's the type of range that Reese has.
Yeah, they're not reviewing that. You know what I love about that shot? Where did he hit his first 2? High and tight. This time he goes low. So Dylan Ward, you feel like he's crouching down thinking he's going to see some high heat, and he hits it low.
Adler battling. Mad Max won the face-off, but the ball deflects.
Wow.
Off
What a play by Courier.
And he
What
still
a
gets
play.
possession. And he keeps possession, doesn't go out of bounds.
Unbelievable by Courier. I mean, that's why, for my money, he's the unicorn. I mentioned it earlier. There's no one in the game that can do what Zach Courier can do. He plays so many different aspects of the game at an elite level.
He's the best between the lines, for sure.
Walker can't handle that pass, and that would have been a great scoring opportunity. Turnover to the Chaos.
He's thinking shot before he catches that.
He was going to let it rip. Little Mo for the red and black here.
It feels like they haven't had an offensive possession in an eternity.
They went 12 minutes without scoring, too.
Yeah, the 5-5 goal, Ryan, by Byrne. It's like the last time they produced anything in settled sets.
Kluche, been quiet. To Byrne. Over to Dane Smith. Now the skip pass to Jackson. He's got a shorty on him. Can he take advantage? Guy underneath him, back to his left, steered aside. Nope. Ward did get a piece of it, so it was just 12 to shoot. They didn't reset the shot. Gonna have to move quickly. Jackson scores from X.
Kyle Jackson, when you turn on the tape, when it comes comes to a left-handed goal scorer. He's so versatile in terms of where he can attack. He likes the high wing, but he's played behind the cage a lot of his career, whether it's at the University of Michigan for the Chaos. He's so smooth in tight quarters there, and he squeezes that in. This was a 9-5 goal game, right? We felt like everything was shifting towards the Waterdogs. The 2 for Reese, and now the follow-up by Jackson. The team that came in with zero pressure now is right there.
You can see the 3-0 run highlighted by that 2-point goal from Matt Reese. And now these two dogs, Mad Max and Withers. Ray wins it to Reardon. Here's Reese again. In the middle of the field. Shot wide.
You could see the gravitational pull there by Reese. I mean, once he got over the midfield line, it was like, we got to go out
smart.
We got to cover him.
Rogers could have probably gotten a little bit closer to the goal before firing that one, too, because he had a lot of room to roam.
He also dipped his shoulder and sailed that ball high. If he kept his shoulders higher, I think he would have stuck that.
Dane Smith. To the middle of the field, try to get it back. Loses control of it. Waterdogs with a turnover. Will they move quickly? Burns. To McCardle. Got Newman aggressively out to him.
You know what's interesting, Ryan? Chaos is doing such a good job getting back as McCardle sweeps through here. They're doing such a good job getting back that I think their offensive midfielders are a little tired and maybe out of sync on the other side.
They're trapping him on a consistent basis. Here they got Dane Smith out there. Rogers is sprinting off the field.
Yes. So their next offensive spot, we're talking about them not being in sync. A lot of the reason is because those guys are playing defense.
Sowers. Title of a two-man game with Conrad. Now he's got the short stick on him, and it's Dane Smith. That's a dream matchup for 22. Up top to Cook. Connor Kelly, I should say, straight up in the air. And that's going to be a shot clock violation because Cook's shot never got through. So they get away with it.
So now you have a gas Dane Smith, right? Gas Challen Rogers, and now you can't get into that flow that we said they were missing.
This substitution pattern is certainly taking a long time to get their offensive personnel in the field.
These rosters are tight. 19 per team. There's no fat on the sideline here. Everybody plays, and everybody plays a lot.
And on top of that, Chaos like to go with a balanced 3 righties and 3 lefties.
Smith trying to get it back after he lost it. We'll get a call. Loose ball push going against Chaos. Final minute of this third quarter. Man, has it been an active quarter. All tied at the half. Waterdogs took a 4-point lead. Chaos have come storming back.
The little battles from field level have been amazing to watch. Every time the ball's on this carpet, it's 100% effort.
But which one is standing out to you, Quint?
I mean, every face-off is like Game 7. Every single face-off. Every ground ball is being treated like Game 7.
It's about a 6-second differential in shot clock and game clock. Skip pass was there for Walker. Courier trying to find an angle, has no angle. Sowers behind the cage. Only 7 seconds to shoot. He sees it. Got to find somebody in a hurry. Going to try and do it himself. It's not going to work. Maybe one final chance for Chaos. They're going to have to go quickly. Nothing doing, and the horn sounds to end the third quarter. We have decided nothing in the chase for the Cash App PLL Championship. Dylan Ward is doing his thing. Plays Reardon as well. You're getting 2-point shots. Matt Reese getting Chaos right back in it after it looked like Ryan Conrad and company had built that lead. Everything to play for in the final quarter. We'll be back with more after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
I don't want to be biased here, but that is like the most beautiful trophy I've seen.
Gorgeous.
That thing is absolutely
Plus,
gorgeous.
it's Tiffany, which is a little too highbrow for me. It's out of my league for sure. Hey, Dodgers finish up a 3-game series against the Giants at Oracle Park tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. And our coverage begins at 6 Eastern with Baseball Tonight's Sunday Night Countdown, which will not be too far removed from awarding that championship trophy here at the end of our game.
Last year's trophy only made it about 15 minutes.
Ryan was right down there in the melee. Chaos winning the title. Walker scores.
You know, it helps having Jake Withers. This is the guy who was under 50% at the stripe in the regular season, went 52% against the league MVP, Trevor Baptiste, to give the offense those kind of opportunities.
It's his ability to win the faceoff and then stay on. And he generates this rotation. And finally, Waterdogs swinging around from McCardle to Walker. Hands free, step down. Look at this gorgeous placement. It puts a little English on that ball. Love that camera angle. That is pinpoint accuracy by the lefty sharpshooter.
Didn't you do a shooting clinic with him in Denver once?
Yes, the through X. He was unbelievable. His stroke, it's just like poetry in motion, man. This is where you don't want to have to play the Waterdogs. Like the 50-50 ground balls, they're so good. We're not even mentioning Rylan Reese. Like you have Withers, who's an ace when the ball flushes out. You have the best ground ball wing guy maybe ever in Zach Carter, and then Rylan Reese just picked that one up.
He's fifth in terms of ground balls from a wing perspective. You know, Costabile and Ray are no slouches for Chaos, but you're talking about the two best wings on the same team in the league.
Adler
Team
has
Canada.
to win, yeah.
It's Team Canada. It's Team Canada. It really is. Team Canada.
Sowers, beautiful move. Now the quickness gets hammered on the crease.
He got lit up.
Now we get a flag.
He got clotheslined.
Foul on the play. Chaos. 99, 30-second technical push.
You talk about fearless. Wow. Man, he throws himself right to the middle of the defense, knowing exactly what the end result could be.
You see that little hesitation, then he goes, explodes. Rowlett, the push from behind, and then Reardon comes out to lay the body blow.
I mean, Reardon is just an immovable force there.
Yeah, and that's the Allen Iverson I was talking about. He's a pit bull, man. He's getting right back up. Tough as nails, smallest guy on the field right now. The heart of a lion, Michael Sowers. Like, he knows this opportunity. We talk so much about the championships evading him, right? In high school and college. This is his opportunity right now.
Waterdogs want that call against Blaze Reardon, the goalie. They want Matty Palin to look at it.
Yeah, I thought he got it a little high. Won't get it. Instead, they just had the power play, though, for 30 seconds.
Watch Kelly from range.
Carl's sneaking in front. Reardon with a great save. Point blank from Courier on the far post. In the crease, turnover.
You know, Quint just mentioned they wanted that penalty on Blaze Reardon. That would have been a game changer. Austin Kaut would have had to come out, right, and play in the goal, ice cold without a warm-up. You take the best player right now in the playoffs out of the equation. Like, that is a big-time call by Matt Palin.
And Kaut would have been man down.
Yes.
He stays in and he makes his 15th save.
That was big. Now Chaos can kill the remainder of that penalty, which they do. Smith, he's got to be kicking himself there at a point-blank shot. Couldn't put it on net.
Off a beautiful touch pass there by O'Keefe.
Now he'll set a pick. Defended beautifully. Burns again.
He's showing why he was first in the league in terms of caused turnovers, or second in the league in the regular season, on display right there.
Yeah, Chase Frazier's not your Dodger, right? Like, you have to know your matchups. If you're Chase Frazier, who's a really good goal scorer, dodging against Burns in that spot is not the call.
Physical. Man, it's getting physical. McCardle finds the open man. It's Scarpello. Can he get the pass through? No. Reese with a beautiful job stealing it right in midair, and we go the other way.
And that was after they trapped Dane Smith on defense again.
So now here he is with the ball on his cross, and he's going to look to dodge. So now Kelly's on the defensive end, number 40 for the Waterdogs. So Chaos have a little bit of a matchup advantage. Goal! Falling in by Cloutier. We mentioned his name a couple of times already, Clark, and we hadn't heard much from him. Now he scores a really loud goal in the fourth quarter.
Big body. 14 goals in 2016 in the national semifinal and the national finals when North Carolina won a championship. Put the team on his back. He loves the big moments, Quint.
He's too big. He's too big. He's just too big.
Beautiful touch to score before falling in the crease. Good goal. It's a 1-goal disadvantage for Chaos. They're hanging in there.
It's just incredible body control. You talk about a physical dodger. He gets Sabia off his line. Quick little inside roll, but as he's falling down, to be able to go top shelf and go over the top of Ward.
Yeah, and you know what Sabia was doing? Everyone has Cloutier in that spot as a over-the-top dodger, right? He wants to sweep and continue with his left hand. He felt the overcompensation of the pressure of Sabia, and that's when he rolled.
Adler with a big face-off. Fifth time in this game we've had a 1-goal game. Blaze can run, but that's a dangerous pass. It's picked off. McCardle, but Blaze is there to make the save. Made a big mistake and then got back into the hole and robbed McCardle.
And Reese had an open net for a hair there. You thought he might have just gunned that from distance.
Yeah, I felt like McCardle kind of shot that without power and oomph.
Like he was trying to place it in a spot.
Like there was no hip rotation in that shot.
Saw the progressive game flow, the replay. Now Chaos, reprieve. After the mistake does not come back to haunt him. Here's Smith. Burns giving chase from behind. Triple teamed. Now Ward's able to pick it up in the crease.
And the league is a tour-based model, but make no mistakes, that was a defense cheer. They're pulling for Waterdogs.
Not nearly enough on that shot to beat Blaze. And Ray the other way after the great outlet. Smith again. It's like a carbon copy from the last possession. Now skip pass, beautifully done, and Ward comes out and redirects it into the crowd.
What a save.
I mean, he got low, and it looked like he used his arm or his hand to make that save. I mean, the reaction time of these two goalies.
It's like a hockey goalie on that save.
Yes, he comes off that line like a hockey goalie.
It's amazing.
Just crush the angle, because those mid-range shots, nobody's quick enough to react with the hands and your eyes. And so you just creep out, use your body, make the window smaller. Guy misses the goal again.
Progressive game flow, there it is. Shoulder save and a beauty.
You're seeing more college goalies adopt that philosophy now. Some young college goalies I'm seeing, because shooters are so good from 8 yards.
There's one right there. Hannah sends it over the top. Still Waterdogs, ball 21 to shoot. McCardle, 9 years as a professional lacrosse player, still looking for that first championship. Will it come today? Walker, over to Courier. Gets to the middle of the field. Doesn't have a shooting angle, still with that left. Now he gets one falling down, and it's wide as the shot clock winds down. Great defensive possession for Chaos. Now we're in that zone RB, under 6 minutes to play. Every possession absolutely critical.
This is where I'd love to see Josh Byrne in a two-man game, whether it's with O'Keefe or Jackson. Just feel like you need to get your best offensive players some touches in these moments.
Wing dodge for Jackson, set up by Coach Towers.
On to Napoli, tough angle shot wide. Smith stays with it.
Yeah, he has one of the two short sticks, Kyle Jackson.
And I'd rather see him getting involved in the two-man game with Byrne to try to change that matchup.
Shannon Rogers tried the behind the back. Nothing doing. Goldbricks gets pushed in the back and no call. Now we get a whistle and we get a flag. As Copeland comes all the way out on the field wanting an explanation. That has to be a push in the back.
Yeah, Matty Palum, I think, has this one. He's on the far side, but I think he trumps this call.
Chaos 92, 30-second technical. Push. Timeout, immediate timeout.
It's going to go against Dane Smith. And maybe if Goldbrick doesn't lose his footing, it's not called. But once Goldbrick goes down, I mean, that's the reason he went down. Because he got pushed in the back. Call is made. Waterdogs. 1-goal lead. Under 5 to play. Can they hang on? Take home the hardware.
Turning your squad into a car wash? Weird flex. Turning your squad into a carpool so you drive less? Good flex. Auto insurance that flexes with you. That's what we're made for.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Right now, lease the 2023 Santa Fe for just $269 a month. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Which is better? At Nordic Naturals, we do it better. Better for parents and children. Better for princesses and superheroes. Better for go-getters and brainiacs. Better for families. Better for the ones we love. Nordic Naturals. Better for you.
One but two Monday Night Football matchups coming your way, including one right around the corner. First off, it's Derrick Henry and the Titans battling Josh Allen and the Bills. That's 7:15 on ESPN. Then it's the Vikes taking on the Eagles at the Link. There you see it at 8:30 on ABC and ESPN Plus and ESPN Deportes. A twofer. There's an Eagle fan right there. Enjoying the PLL championship game we have for you on the south side of town. Subaru Park. Chester, PA, between Philly and Wilmington, Delaware. Power play for Waterdogs. Q, what do you think we're going to see here?
3-3 set, and then you'll see some rotating four-man groups here. It'll remind folks who follow lacrosse of Syracuse, Clark. This has been a staple of the Syracuse program for years.
Good call, Q.
Walker and Kelly up top. Kelly led the league in 2-point goals during the year. McCardle, he steps into it, off a defender. That got Newman, but Newman did his job.
If they could find a 2-on-1 with 57 in purple and 40 in purple, those are two high-performing outside shooters.
Full strength. Oh, the extra move to get a better look. And Connor Kelly buries it.
He's one of them. 40 in purple is one of them. They flash out to him because why, Ryan?
He's a stretch shooter of this bunch. Leads the league in 2-pointers. When these two teams played earlier this season, he put up 2. So you got to slide out to him. You got to play that scout rush. Flies out. Kelly wisely pulls his stick. Big face dodge. Good find here by McCardle. This huge face dodge. And then another leaner. Dips his head. Dips his shoulder. His whole body says, I'm shooting this low, and he keeps it high.
It's this simple. When you're an outside hired gun, what's your counter move? That's his counter move right there.
Back to a 2-point advantage. goal was at full strength. And now Glacini gets possession to Chaos.
Little fundamental 2-on-1 ground ball there. One guy takes the man, the other guy flies in, scoops up the ball. Sound lacrosse by Chaos on that wing play action.
Yeah, so critical against this Waterdogs super elite face-off group, right? Like, you have to get those kind of opportunities if you want to come back in this one if you're Chaos.
Challen Rogers back to his right. Gets free. Bounce shot. Ward has been sensational today. Randall. He passes it off, but Sowers can't keep it in play, and it's going to be a turnover.
And you got to be smarter in transition there if you're Randall. Just get the ball to Sowers right away. Let him make the decisions.
This is a team that typically doesn't turn the ball over. Second least in the PLL in the regular season in terms of turnovers.
But you were up 2. You had an opportunity to take 50 seconds off the clock there.
This is huge, Coach Towers. What do you need to see here?
Skip to Bernie. There it is, and
he had it. He got rocked too.
Oh, wow. That was right under the chin.
Loose ball, though, an opportunity to get possession back for Chaos. This is huge in the middle of the field. Too many Waterdogs there, though. Who's going to come out of there with it? Frazier does.
Timeout,
and he puts it
Chaos.
out. Gave a fist almost, it looked like, to the Waterdog player, and now he got in some more trouble.
Gotta walk away.
Too much at
Gotta
stake.
walk away.
Too much at stake. You better walk away. Byrne got lit up under the chin. Andy Towers is going to want. He's going to want that reviewed.
Not making shit up.
Matty Palem is hot under the collar. Byrne got lit up. Then Chase Frazier did a marvelous job getting the loose ball. Got a timeout and a face wash for a Waterdog.
This is what he wants reviewed. I mean, Sabia, it looks like the head torques back from the hit that was more towards the pec area. It wasn't a helmet-to-helmet in that first look.
I think he led with his shoulder, but there was helmet-to-helmet contact. Frazier looked like he threw a punch at the end of that replay.
While they review it, and there's a lot to review, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Listening to Matty Palem.
So here's my issue. There's 16.
This is the live. Hey, can you listen to him? Hold that broadcast.
Now watch this one here. Give Burns a shot to the back of the head, and then afterward, here comes Sabia, and that's a fist.
Yeah, but the Sabia bump him before that. It's clearly a punch. Here's the deal. If they hit Frazier with an unsportsmanlike, that could be the game.
Yeah.
Talk about the call of the season, right?
Oh, no question. And Frazier, this is right after he made a miraculous play in the middle of the field to get that ground ball.
Fighting like it is his last ground ball. The effort.
Gonna be Waterdogs ball. They got less penalty time.
So that's the end result. What's the penalty situation, Matty? That's a huge call in and of itself.
This is not going to. This is not going to go over well.
He's going to go for 2 minutes. Sabia 16 headbutts to sort of start the whole thing. He's getting a minute. So 2 minutes, 1 minute, their ball, less penalty time. No free throw. Simultaneous. Punch was a bad choice. Simultaneous.
Did he say punch was a bad choice?
After review of the previous play, chaos number 95, 2 minutes, unsportsmanlike conduct, full-time serve. Waterdogs 16, 1 minute, unsportsmanlike conduct, full-time serve. Waterdogs ball, they'll have to clear it.
So they're going to get Sabia as kind of being the instigator with that kind of headbutt getting in Frazier's face, and then Frazier subsequently punches him. He gets the 2 minutes.
Yeah, and I think they cleaned it up the right way. When I first saw Sabia do that, I didn't think it was egregious, but it triggered Frazier to do that. And at the end of the day, you don't want a championship defined by the last 2 minutes with an unsportsmanlike, but you have to call it the right way. Call it like you would, right?
So we're 9-on-9 for a minute, and then there'll be a power play for a minute after that.
Yes, with the Waterdogs essentially up 9-on-9, and then the Chaos have an extra minute with Frazier in the box because of the punch, and then the Waterdogs will have the power play.
And possession here is just massive, as you can imagine.
Chaos also out of timeouts.
Big play in the middle of the field here. Hannah's in a little bit of trouble. Copeland's going to call that. Yeah, called a timeout. 40 seconds left on the even strength cue.
Yeah, this has been a gritty Waterdogs team this year. You know, I fell in love with them guys that Connecticut weekend. Clark, you were there. It was like 110 degrees on the turf. They had 4 guys out with injuries, and somehow they gutted out a win. And I remember watching it at home saying, that's a special group. You know, I know they started slow this year, but there's some intangibles, some toughness. That was a turning point for me.
Inside the Huddle, presented by Athletic Brewing Company. Let's listen in to Andy Copeland.
All right, hey, so we all understand the situation, right? They have 5 for another minute 43. We have 5 for 43 on the offensive end right now. Which, I'm going to keep you out here. Which, anybody go you? You guys want to play here? Yeah. But hey, go with 20. No, hold on. 20. I'm going to keep you out. Hey, go with 20. Hey, let's go. Hold on. Hey, you and you. Hey, use the clock. Smart. No transition. 5-on-5. Everybody good? Yeah. Hey, shot clock is what? Shot clock's 37. Yeah. Gotta get off early, too. 0-3. 1, 2, 3.
What you're balancing here is this is a golden opportunity offensively because you're 5-on-5. There's just a lot more green. However, the only thing you can't give up is transition, because that's when you generate twos.
Yes, and that's why they put some two-way guys out there, guys like Zach Carter. Here's the deal, though. The Chaos are last in the league in caused turnovers, so for them to find a way to get the ball back is tough here. My suggestion is put everything on Jack Rowlett here. When he's on the ball, I think you need to shut off, because if they get into the deeper spot later on with the extra man, this is your spot right now if you're the Chaos. You need to get the ball now. It could be too late when you're down a man.
Yeah.
It's Courier. Reese is checking him. Now he's got the shorty on him. This is great for Courier if he wants to run around and burn some clock. Here's Ethan Walker. Still 15 to shoot. Kelly just backing off. He's just going to chuck it in the corner. It'll be a shot clock violation. And Chaos, no timeouts left to go. Remember, they lost the timeout on a challenge earlier in the game, so no timeouts for Andy Towers. Down 2, minute and a half.
Mac O'Keefe's their primary two-point shooter, 3 and white.
Thought about letting it rip. Smith will let it rip. Bouncer shot. Dylan Ward continues to stand on his head.
Zone the ground balls.
Dane Smith gets it back. Kluche can't beat Ward.
The low shot grounders. I mean, he's owned it in the second half. You can't beat this guy low.
He's unbelievable. He plays in those New Balance tennis shoes. He's as cool and calm as it gets. The big baggy sweats, but man, the hand-eye coordination.
The long sleeves, the big baggy sweats. Q, I remember he was wearing those in Netanya when it was 140 degrees.
And they've got goalie interference on kind of that loose ball. Chaos interfering with Ward while he had the ball in the crease, so they'll get a free clear.
And they're on the power play.
I'm shocked Chaos were able to generate quality looks down a guy.
Quick offense.
That was Talon Rogers, desperation, trying to get the ball back. Final minute.
Total stall mode now for the Waterdogs. Keep field balance, though. If something goes awry here, you want to keep field balance.
About an 8-second differential in shot clock and game clock. Chaos can't wait that long. Yeah, Ray's got to come out. Can't let Walker just stand there. Now McCardle in the corner. He's got to get out of that corner, and he does.
They got Reardon out of the cage right now.
Sowers is back with McCardle up to Conrad. Under 30 seconds.
I would try to get a late one here. Push this beyond a one-possession game.
That's a good point. Instead, they're just going to hold it back behind the cage. Shot clock violation. Sowers.
Timeout. Andy Copeland, Waterdogs.
That final timeout with 3 to shoot. 11.4 on the clock. It's going to come down to a 2-point opportunity for Chaos under 10 seconds.
And this just allows him to set his defensive personnel.
He's going to roll the ball into the corner. They're going to get back. The interesting thing is the personnel who Andy Towers puts on. It might not be out of the realm of possibility to see guys like Costabile or Reese out there with Mac O'Keefe. Those are your guys.
And Jared Newman.
Yeah, your poles are your stretch shooters along with Mac O'Keefe.
Inside the Huddle, presented by Athletic Brewing Company.
You're here with Bernie and Kluge, okay? You're going to be in front of the goal. You got to block. We're going to shoot it. That's what we're going to do. You got to block and just make fucking vision. All right, here we go.
It's critical that the Waterdogs defenders don't allow their man to screen their goalie, Dylan Ward, because the likelihood is that there'll be a late shot here from 60, 50, 40 yards, maybe closer.
And Quint,
but make sure your man doesn't interfere with the vision of the goalie.
And Quint, to your point, Chaos are going to put Blaze Reardon on attack. So he's not going to be on the defensive half. He's going to be the other end, and he's going to do exactly that. He's going to screen Dylan Ward.
He's going to screen it. He's got the biggest stick on the field, too, right?
The biggest body
try
on the
to
field.
save this, catch it, and turn and shoot it himself.
We've seen him do that. We've seen him shoot.
There's just not going to be enough time.
You got to take the body here. Make the officials make a call.
But there's not going to be enough time for 2 1s. It's got to be a 2.
Clock stops. Clock stops.
Dane Smith. He's going to have to let it fly. He does. Blaze Reardon is there. Gets a stick on it. Tries to get it to somebody that can shoot it. And Josh Byrne. And they can't get a shot off. Waterdogs, 3 years after an expansion team in the league, take home the title.
Waterdogs team effectively turning this into a home game.
Andy Copeland has guided the Waterdogs to the Cash App PLL title.
It's an expansion team 3 years ago. He built it, and he built it the right way. with pieces to a puzzle. And that man right there in cage, monumental.
The franchise changed when they traded for Dylan Ward, ironically from Chaos, and they drafted Michael Sowers.
He's got the belt, the hometown kid. Never won a state championship in high school at Upper Dublin. Never won a national title in college at Princeton and Duke. Never won a PLL title in his first couple of years as a pro until now. He's a champion. He's the PLL champion. Quick Kesnick standing by with the wall in goal tonight for the Waterdogs, Dylan Ward.
He's so calm. He's so cool. I mean, I can hardly see that you play. Look at you. You're just... What emotions are you dealing with right now?
I mean, I just love winning. And just being with this group after the start of the season that we had, the way that we were just stuck together and we didn't change, we deserve that. And these guys, these guys are awesome. These guys are awesome.
What's this belt?
I have no idea. I've never seen it before, but I'll take it.
It looks good on you. You want to put it on? Dylan, what was it like this year? You're coming off an indoor season. You had the thumb injury. This team was struggling big time. What do you think turned things around?
Again, I think it's just our locker room. We always believed in each other. We knew we had it in ourselves. We just had to put it together, and we did that towards the end of the season.
We were talking before the game. Playing the Chaos is difficult for goalies. They don't waste shots.
Totally.
What was the challenge like for you individually today?
Like you said, they don't waste shots. It's hard to get in a rhythm against them because every shot is 12 and in. So they're a great offense. We had a game plan. We stuck to it, and we came out victorious.
You've been involved with a lot of championships at a lot of international, indoor, outdoor. What's unique about this bunch, this purple bunch?
We're just new, right? We've only been around for 3 years, and one of those is a bubble for 2 weeks. So this group is really come together really fast. They've bought into what the coaches are selling, and we're champions.
Go lift that trophy. Congratulations, Dylan. Great job.
When you love winning, you do anything to win. And he is a winner.
Our Cash App goal of the game. You could pick any number of them because so many players scored and had roles in this win, but we're going to go with Ethan Walker. This one was late.
This ended up being the game winner from McCardle. We talked about him being the distributor, led the league in assists, and Walker, that perfect blend in terms of what he brings to this attack unit. He can do a little bit of everything.
That's his sweet spot. When you've watched Ethan Walker over the years at the University of Denver in the PLL, you give him time and room. From that spot, it's turn and rake. Get the free cash card by Visa today for instant discounts at your favorite retailers. Our Cash App goal of the game, 11-9, the final.
The crazy thing about Ethan Walker, he really only got inserted in the lineup once Ryan Brown got injured. And then once he got in, then he never let that spot go.
Yeah, and Ryan Brown is widely regarded as like the most versatile shooter in the world. But the chemistry with Ethan Walker, it was too hard when Ryan Brown was out to put him back in the lineup because of how he played with McCardle and Sowers.
Waterdogs, their first PLL championship, defeating the defending champ Chaos today. Down to Katie George.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Let's hand out some hardware, shall we? Now to present the 2022 PLL Cash App Championship Trophy is the PLL co-founder and CEO, Mike Rabel.
Thanks, Katie. How about the city of Philadelphia? Unbelievable fans. Thank you so much for showing up. You guys always do. I'd also like to thank our major sponsors in Ticketmaster, Champion, and Cash App in supporting this league all year round. And I'd like to congratulate the Chaos Lacrosse Club on an incredible season. They inspire me every day with their play and their resilience. And now, I want to introduce your 2022 PLL champions, the Waterdogs Lacrosse Club.
Coach Copeland, congratulations. extremely physical and hard-fought championship game. Why was your team ultimately deserving to win this title?
We just got our locker room right, and when you do that, everything else tends to fall into place. And we spot them 3-0 right out of the gate, and there was no panic. Guys just settled in, played our brand of lacrosse, and we're able to squeak out a close one here down the stretch. But these guys to my left here deserve every bit of this. It's the best locker room I've ever been a part of.
You mentioned you settled in. The offense certainly got going, but what did you think of the job that Dylan Ward did between the pipes?
Dylan won both the indoor and outdoor championship in the same year. He is just a flat-out winner, a consummate pro, just an unbelievable competitor. He's the best human being and competitor, just lacrosse player I've ever been around. He's fantastic.
Congratulations on this first title.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
All right, to Paul Rabel, PLL co-founder and president, to present the MVP trophy.
Okay, everyone, your 2022 MVP with 8 goals and 4 assists throughout the playoffs. 2 goals, 1 assist. Philly's own Michael Sowers.
Congratulations, Michael. A little bit of a slow start. What impressed you about the way that your team fought throughout this game?
I think you got to start with Wardo on the defensive end. Those guys were lights out all day, and when you have a defense like that, particularly a goalie like that, it really allows you to settle in offensively. So, this is far from a one-man show. Our defense was unbelievable on tournament. Our midfield, Jake Withers at the face-off X, so crazy.
What does it mean to win this title with this group of guys in your hometown?
Yeah, first of all, just for us as a group, with the slow start, the motto was down the stretch, we just wanted to buy another week together. And to be here in Philly, it's crazy. And for me personally, I got to shout out Section 104. I love all you guys. Thanks so much.
Congratulations, Michael. Mike, we got one more thing.
Awesome. So we just found out that our amazing partners at Cash App just made an instant cash transfer of $50,000 for the Waterdogs to go have a huge night. Go get it, fellas.
I don't think they fully understood that you just gave them $50,000. Spend it wisely, gentlemen. Congratulations to your 2022 PLL Cash App champions, the Waterdogs.
Thank you, Katie. Good job. I don't think there's any chance